Welcome to the Paletti Rosa Homestead. My name is Donna. I live here in the Appalachian Mountains in Virginia. Me and my husband own about 50 acres and we grow a lot of our vegetables and herbs, and we have chickens. So welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I seed start. Different from other people, but this is how I do it, okay? So hold on tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my watering bottle here, and that's after I put my seeds in. You'll see as I go along, I've got warm water in it, and I'll tell you why. How I keep my herbs is in old medicine bottles, and that's just for now until I stock up on my other stuff. And today I'll be doing 2 different forms of basil, dill, mint, and parsley, okay? So, starting here with my seed trays. I use Jiffy seed starting mix. Oh, and the next best thing, my coffee. Gotta have the coffee. Okay, so what I do is I take my seed starting mix, and just give me a moment. I got my tray up in the air for you to see. And like I said, this is how I do it. A lot of people grab the soil and they put it in the trays and then they push down and they do this. And I don't do it that way. I just take a little teaspoon. I take my mix. I put it in. And then with the spoon, I just tap it down a little bit. And I roughly use like two heaping teaspoons of it. I do it this way because I feel that I get the soil not packed in there, it's still light and fluffy, but I get it in a lot easier. Like I said, this is just the way I do it. Everybody's different. Plus, when I do it with the spoon, it creates like little indentations and the seeds go in there. And also when I'm doing it, I try to take out, even though it is a seed start mix, there happens to be like big little clumps and little pieces of wood, branches, however you want to look at it. And I don't want them in my mix. Now, the only reason why I'm able to start my seeds so early, I am in 6B, zone 6B, is because I do have a cattle panel greenhouse. So I'm very fortunate. What I'm growing now, upstairs, I've done my lettuces, my cucumbers. I think that's it upstairs. Oh, and cherry tomatoes, and I only did a few of the cherry tomatoes because right now I don't need a lot of cherry tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes in my salads. And I will show you, as you can see right here, see how much area, they're only like 3/4 of the way filled. Some people fill them right to the top. I don't, because when I go to water them, if it's on top, the soil goes all over the place. And I just get this soil from Walmart. Happens to be the best price. Now, a couple people asked me from my one of my last videos, I think it's not the last one, but the one before, that if I'd be willing to sell some garlic. I can't sell garlic because I plant anything that I didn't dehydrate is in the ground. So I really don't have any garlic to send to anyone, to sell to anyone. What you may want to do, and it's going to sound a little weird, but is you can go to Walmart or anywhere, any of your grocery stores, and buy garlic. You want to break open the bulb and take out all the individual bulbs. Hold on one second. I don't have one. Take out all the individual little bulbs and your bigger pieces of garlic, and you don't even have to take the paper off. And plant that in the ground. It's a start for you. That will grow. And what's nice about that is when you typically buy garlic in the store, it's been bleached, okay? There's nothing you can do about that. But when you grow your own garlic, the garlic that will come out of the ground is not bleached. We have a gentleman that goes to our flea markets, and he's got a regular, he calls it a garlic plantation. And that's where I first started. It was all fresh garlic. It wasn't bleached or nothing. And that's how I started mine. Okay, so let me finish doing these, because you don't need to sit here while I'm just filling holes here. Filling holes and BSing. Plus I need some more coffee. Okay, so I'll be right back after I get these all filled. Did you just see that last picture that I did of our little baby buck that comes around our house? He's like our pet. In the morning when I go outside to feed the chickens and let them out, and I feed the birds, the deer come, I think he sits at the top of our mountain and just waits for me to come outside, and then he comes down. By the time I feed the chickens and come back, I come inside and I grab this container I have with some corn in it, and he comes right up, almost right up to me. I'd say 25 feet away from me, and I throw out the corn. He's so adorable. Okay, so I filled all the trays with the soil, and now I'm gonna take some warm water and I'm just gonna spray the soil. Because this is what the seeds are gonna sit in. So I wanna make sure the soil is moist. So once you see like a little bead of water on the top that's kind of staying for a few minutes, a few seconds, that should be good. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and this is just me, I put my seeds in alphabetical order so that I know, and then I label the side, and I'll show you how I do that. That way I know my basil, the dill, the mint, the parsley is all in order. So, I have two different kinds of basil I want to plant this year. One is Genovese and the other one's purple basil. Yeah. So I'll do 5 cells with the Genovese and 5 with the purple. And then from there, I'll do 2 trays of, I'll do cells of dill, cells of mint, and cells of parsley. Okay. Basically what I do, I gotta get my hands dry. And I forgot, I want a paper towel. And I'll put my seeds on the paper towel. This way I can see them. And I try to spread them out a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 seeds in each one of the trays. And you do the best you can. If you grab more than 3, you do. Some people just throw the seeds in, what grows, grows. Excuse me if I sniffle today. My allergies are crazy today. I'm trying to do the best I can. back in, and I do the white paper towels because it's easier to see. And that way I can lift it up, fold it up, and let them fall right back in. Now, if you watch one of my previous videos, I showed you how I organize my seeds. Typically, it will come out of this once I saved up enough of those other things that I want to do. Okay, and now I'm going to do the purple. I love my basil to be colored. So, when I get my basil, I don't have it out here. Hold on. Here's my basil from last year. And if you really look into it, which you guys can't see, but there's green and purple basil in here. Okay, so now I'm going to do the purple. And I'm going to take you upstairs. We have I guess you could say a 1.5-story house. We have an upstairs, but the way the roof is, it goes like that. So it's kind of hard to walk up there. Get me wrong, these small seeds are tough, so if you get 4 in there, it's not going to matter, because what you're going to do is when they start growing, the ones that don't look as strong, you'll take them out. Okay, I'm going to do dill. Dill's a lot easier, the seeds are a lot bigger, and I'm just going to do 2 seeds in each dill. I love dill in my eggs. Dill is so healthy for you, and putting dill with your eggs just gives it a little bit of a pizzazz, we'll say.
It's time to reboot your
now, when I have bigger seeds like these dills, I can see where they went. So I use a chopsticks. Took me a minute to remember that. And if I see any like really close to the edge, I just take the top of the chopstick and I just move them more into the middle, or if they're on top of each other. I thought I had 2 in that one.
At the end of this ad, you can learn more by saying, Alexa, send more.
And that's good.
Amazon Kids Plus is an all-in-one subscription that gives kids access.
Now, being in zone 6B, there's not a lot I could plant now. I am, like I said, I'm very lucky because I do have that Cattle Panel greenhouse, so I am able to start seeds. And another thing is, I only have 2 heat mats, which I'm going to show you when I go upstairs. So what I try to do is I try to limit myself, and I'll do these first 2 trays with the things that I want out there right away, and then I'll wait for them to grow, that I can take them off the heat mat and put them under lights, and then I can start new trays. But I give it a lot of time, don't get me wrong. Oh, I only did 1 tray. See, I get to talking. Now, if anybody has any suggestions on something they would like, if I'm able to do it, would like to see, I should say. If I'm able to do it, I will do it, or I'll try to research on how to do it. I did make my own laundry detergent for the first time, but there's so many videos on that I didn't do it. And now I got 5 gallons of laundry soap. I did try a video that I was watching on making, I'm going blank, I can't believe this. Oh gosh, okay, I'm just gonna forget this here. Softener. But it did not work out at all. And I wanted to do it first to see what I thought of it before I even showed anybody. That's one thing. I will try something first. And if it works and it's good, then I'll do a video on it. One thing I plan on showing you all this year is how I make my spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce, however you want to look at it. I learned a lot from my husband, which his mother always made her own spaghetti sauce. So we call it Paletta sauce. So that is one thing I plan on doing this year, showing you how we make ours. Oh, I have 2 things in my mint. Okay, it looks like I'm going to be doing some Marvelous mint and some catnip. Now, I don't know if you could see this, but that's how small mint is. There's no way you can determine how many seeds are going in. So in this case, dump it out and just pick some up between 2 fingers. So, even being on this paper towel, maybe it wasn't such a good idea. And I took Marvelous mint instead of taking the catnip. So, thank God I didn't put it in the tray yet. So I'm just going to take the catnip and I'm going to put that in the palm of my hand and just try to spread it out between 5 cells. Because I don't have a lot of catnip. I have to keep looking to make sure I'm putting it in the right cell that I wanted it in. So that's it for my catnip bag. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the Marvelous mint. Mint can be used for so much stuff. Put it in teas. You could use it as a, I'm going so crazy, essential oil. You could use it for medicinal purposes. Mint can be used in so many different ways. And I love grown mint. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to get more mint. If y'all haven't guessed, all my seeds are through Baker Creek Seeds, rareseeds.com. I love them. I have had things that didn't grow, and I've called to ask for assistance, and they were so gracious and just said, it sounded like you did everything correctly. Let's just send you out another packet. Of course, if they don't have it, then they'll have to turn around and give you a credit. And now I'm doing my parsley, and that's gonna be it. I love growing my own parsley. I use parsley so much around the house here. Yes, parsley is cheap, but you know what? It's so much better when you do it yourself.
You get access to millions of songs on demand with no ads and unlimited skips. Plus, new subscribers
Okay.
can try it out for 30 days free. Renew
Okay, so I've done my
$4.99 per month. Cancel anytime.
5 different herbs that I'm doing.
Amazon Music Unlimited.
Sometimes these medicine things don't want to open up right.
Still on the fence about which SUV to get? Are you looking
Okay,
for a review?
so now what I plan on doing is going back to my seed starter mix. And it was funny, what I poured into this, I used exactly in all
The
this.
reviews are in. They're spectacular.
So I'm just gonna pour a little bit more out,
3 SUV of the year.
because all I plan on doing is putting an extremely light coat on top of everything.
Available in limited quantities.
The bigger the seed, the deeper you want it. So those mint seeds, they can lay right up on top. But I try to just give them a nice little coat on top. What I do is I use my hands now. And I take a pinch. That's all I do. And I just lightly coat the top. Don't pack it, nothing. Just lightly coat the top. Because it's all going to go down once I spray it again. You hear the music going in the background? Beach Boys. I was born in 1960, and when I was a little baby, my mom had what was called a play yard. It's what people call playpens now, but a play yard was big. Me and my brother both fit in it with a big area. And she would sit us in front of the TV and put on American Bandstand. We'd sit there going crazy in the play yard. We had a blast. Those were the days. I feel sorry for the kids nowadays. Sounds like my dryer's done. So, I won't be in a car unless I can have a TV good one, the radio going. I gotta hear music. And I don't know if you saw me a minute ago, I wasn't thinking. These are the little pieces that I tell you that are in the seed starting mix. So as I'm taking it out with my fingers, if I feel that there's a piece in there, I pull it out. Wait till you go upstairs. Just wait till I take you upstairs. A few days ago, I planted cucumbers. Oh, I was telling you before, cucumbers, lettuce, and they're already emerged. Germinated, excuse me. So that was exciting to me. have a long way to go yet. But that's what a heat mat does for you. And heat mats are fairly inexpensive. So I'm almost done here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly spray the top of the plant. The plant. What is wrong with me today? I'm just going crazy. I'm going to lightly mist the soil. Well, I guess everybody makes mistakes. I just have to make doozies today. I think I need more coffee. Okay, so there I am done with that. Take my, now I put warm water in here because I'm gonna go on a heat mat, so why would I put cold water in here? Again, just spray it enough until you see like a bead of water on top. Because now is the time that you want the top to be wet. You don't want water underneath. Not until the seeds emerge and their roots go down. Because their roots is what's going to ask for the water. Right now, you just want them to emerge, to germinate. So it's much more important for the top to be nice and moist. I spray like 4 squirts. Then I'll go back and I'll give them a nice, one more coat with water. And this is why I say that I don't fill the trays, because if these trays were filled right now, the water and the soil would be going all over the place. But that's just my opinion. And this has always worked for me, so. Okay. My hair doesn't need to be in here. And like I said, I just go and then do just one last quick coat. Okay, I'm gonna take these upstairs and I'll show you my little sprout room. Be right back. You know, I just started to go upstairs and I said, wait a minute, I didn't label them. So what I do is I take one of these nice big rolls of masking tape. And I don't know what's wrong with this one, but I guess it's old. And I put it all along the bottom of the tray. All along down here.
Profiles give each family member
And I
their
write
own
down
personal
what is in
experiences with
each
Alexa.
one.
With Profiles, Alexa recognizes each person in your household and learns your preferences, like calendar updates, personalized reminders, your music and
Let me
news
see if this will
providers,
come
and
off.
more. Set up profiles for your kids too. Child profiles
Ah!
activate parental
I
controls.
don't know what's
and
wrong with this
experiences
tape. Must be.
with your
It's got to be
kids. Complete
old.
your full profile with a voice
Okay,
update.
so I'll put this piece on.
Experience. To get started,
And I put
just
it
say,
all along the
"Alexa,
bottom."
Get to know me.
Alexa Together is
See
a
how I have it?
remote service
And then what I'll do is I'll list what's in each tray.
even when you're apart. The The service includes 24/7 hands-free urgent response. Start your free trial today at amazon.com/Alexa Together.
That should be good. Ah, just right. Okay. So, the first bunch of cells I did was the basil, the Genovese. So I'll just write basil. And I just write G-E-N. To write out the whole thing, forget it. It wouldn't work. And then basil again. And purple. And that's how I do that. Okay, so I'll wait around a moment and I'll bring you upstairs and show you the sprout room. Okay, here I am in my sprout room. It is just basically a bedroom. That's upstairs. My daughter uses it. And like I was saying with the ceiling, see how it comes down? So you're kind of tight over here. But these are my heat mats. I have 2 heat mats. And as you can see, that's one I did already. And it's got the top on it, the humidity dome. And it keeps it nice and wet, but then again, I spray it. And then these little trays I got at Walmart, and they are great. This is what I put my cherry tomatoes in. As you can see the steam on the top? And those are the little trays that I put them in. Little cups. Now, one thing I didn't tell you downstairs that is very important, make sure you wash out all your trays from the previous year before you use them. Because if there was anything in it that was a disease or anything, it's going to carry over. So make sure you clean all your trays, put the humidity dome, and let me see if I could show you what I've got so far growing. My cucumbers. These are Bait Alpha, and those are gherkins. And then down here, I've got my May Queen lettuce and iceberg lettuce. So isn't that neat? And they're only a couple days. They haven't been up here long. Okay, well that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to get a comment. I rarely get comments, and I really love to read your comments and see what you think. If you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you'll go on this journey with me. Again, thanks for visiting the Paletti Rosa homestead, and I look forward to seeing you again.